Can I? No, I can't. Look at that. Oh! Isn't it so neat? I actually vaguely have okay lighting. I don't know if you can hear the echo through this mic. Ah, look at it. I'm so pleased. I'm so happy. Finally, we have a carpet, so we're going to start moving in here. We're going to be moving. This is going to become our study, basically. Our little office. I've recorded some clips of the lead up, but I was way too dead and tired because I completely forgot to do it yesterday before the carpet people came. So I was like rushing as soon as the van pulled up, so at least like you could see it before. But yeah, basically this room is the room that connects like the ground floor and the attic. The door to the attic is just there. And this initially was going to be my parents' office when they come up to work. But my mother has a desk in the attic and is quite partial to it, so has decided she wants to stay up there. So my dad suggested that we swap rooms and he takes the room that me and Ben are in and me and Ben take this room. Sorting this room out is going to be a multi-video jobberoonie because we're not going to be able to do everything we want to do straight away anyway. So instead of just dragging it out, we're just going to do a few parts over the next few months. Generally, the plans are to, that's like the other side of the room. You can see, I don't know if the pink in the walls is just making me look even more spotty. Anywho, the general idea is Ben and I will have an alcove each with like the middle space being shared. I'm going to take that alcove and Ben's going to take that alcove. I'm going to try my best to shove bookcases in this corner and have like a little corner nook with my desk in front. And my intention is to have these shelves be like my favourite shelves, stuff I really like, and like bring my all the manhwa in, all the manhwa, not even just Eyes Press. I'm also going to bring my Faku up because as funny as it slightly has been that alphabetically Faku falls like right by the door in the living room. Ben's mum is coming to visit in a few weeks and I would like that to not be that. So we're going to come and shove it out of the way in the shame corner. And then yeah, I think we're going to have this like, try and put a TV in here and have like a little space in the middle between us. And then let me bring you around like this so we can see the other wall. Oops, sorry. You can see the two doors like this. So this is where my bookcases are going to go, the two doors. So yeah, that's the attic, that's to the hallway. And we're going to put bookcases along that wall ultimately, but we can't just yet. Basically, and I don't think I actually ever published the video, is available for members, apologies, but we are still holding my granddad's book collection in a room across the way. There are many, many Billy bookcases in there and I came to an agreement with my parents on that. I would try and help shift those books in exchange. I can then have the Billies as we begin to clear them down. And Billies are expensive nowadays, so I'm not going to say no. Some of them are broken and a bit battered, so I might need to like DIY some together, but that's fine. Something else I want to try and do, which is going to be a bit faff, is I want to see if it's going to be possible for me to add additional holes on the Billy bookcases so I can stand up tall volumes on every row. I think looking at the maths, it should be possible. I'm going to try it. I've managed to clear one bookcase of books across the way and that's a bit battered bookcase. So we're going to test on that one to see how it works first before I try on the ones that I've already got. So currently I have 2.5 Billies in the study already, and then I have another full width that I'm going to bring over, and it's that full width I'm going to practice adding additional holes to spread out the shelves to see if it works. I think the maths works out. My only real concern is if I screw the holes, will it compromise the sturdy ability of the bookcase? Do I need to do anything else to make them more sturdy so they're not going to collapse or fill in some of the holes or something? But we're going to work that out. The goal for this video pretty much though is for us to move over and me to sort this corner out behind us. We're going to get this corner out. We're going to get this corner sorted out. Look at all this natural light I now suddenly have. Really does highlight how red and spotty my face is. Oh dear. Having a bit more space will be nice when it's both of us. I mean, it's my entire own fault that the other room is as cramped as it is. Ben? Yeah. Come here. Is Ben excited for the new?
I'm excited.
I've never heard you so loud. Is that how excited you are?
I guess.
Wow. Most exciting first step though. Gotta hoover the room. It's not too bad, but yeah, when they fit it, there's just some like dregs around the edges. What I'm gonna do is, this is the way to the attic. The attic also has newish carpet. It's a year or two old now, but it's the same type but different colors. I don't know how much you can really tell. I think this is called shortbread. Ignore that's cat fluff. Ignore that. So this is shortbread and this is rice cake. I think because of the warm lighting, you can't overly tell too much. Actually, there's a slightly different weave, but not too much, not too much. We've got a nice big plush underlay as well, which I'm very excited about because every now and again I like to nap on the floor. Now that it's clean, the next step is to just start moving things over from this room, really. We did really cram a lot of stuff in for the space, especially when we shoved the Kallax into the middle to get these in. I think we've decided our first step is to clear the Kallax and then drag the Kallax through. Now, compared to everything else, it does generally have less stuff on it. It's got a lot of Mikus and figures and stuff, and it's got books on the bottom row. But compared to like moving all of that, and I think it'll just make clearing that a lot easier. And then we can figure out placement on where we want the Kallax to go with it. We're going to try and use it to like create a walkway between the two doors, so like my mum can still go up and get to the attic really easily without like shoving past us. And she'll get to walk down the like walkway of Miku's. I'm sure she'll be delighted by that. Let me show you like all the stuff that's up here. We got loads of stuff. I have all of this. I'm not sure I've showed it in YouTube. This is all for giveaways, and there is stuff on the other side. I've just put it off because it's really hard to organise giveaways, and I've been super slow at sending stuff out in the past like year or so, and I don't want to be slow at doing that, so I've kind of put it off till I feel like I can commit and not be slow. But ultimately I'm hoping as part of this exercise moving across, I can actually finally get this sorted and sort out giveaways with all of this and the stuff on the other side as well. And that's going to be cross-platform, like Discord, Instagram, YouTube, maybe TikTok and Twitter, I don't really know, but they're like my primary 3 social medias, so do keep an eye out and follow me. As we get closer to the time, I'll announce like more, what's the word, rules and how to enter and stuff. Yeah, I have all this stuff on here. There's less stuff on top that's Miku. There's some Miku and bits here, some crud and bits. But I think getting the Kallax out is going to be the best thing to do first, then the bookcases, and then probably our desks last. Desks last. It rhymes, but it's not a word. And then start clearing these bookcases here, get my stationery cart out. I'd like to get some little shelves to store knickknacks and stuff, because these shelves have just started accumulating all sorts, and I want it to be mostly pretty much figures and like showing things off. I'll also need to like clear all of this out, and there was stuff on the walls. A lot of it has fallen down because it gets warm in here, because like I have circulation issues, so I have a fan heater. So a lot of them have fallen down, but there are still some that are up, just not as many. And there's a few on the other side as well to bend, because yeah, they all went up before we moved the Kallax. But yeah, I think step 1 might be to just clear out the Kallax, take the Mikus across the way. We have some desks. Ow, we have some desks. Oh, and I don't know what to do with the polish. Do I try and leave the polish or take it all off? Ben's not here. Let's see what the state of Ben's desk is. It's not too bad. It's just got a lot of cables, to be honest. His side of the desk is like boxes and some of his figures, but like a lot of books as well. But I want a lot of like this bits and bobs to end up going into some drawers. So this is all like nice and neat and decorative. Forgot about this as well. Okay, well I need to figure out what to do with this as well. Take this down. Yeah, I am kind of looking forward to not having piles of manga on my desk all over the place. It's nice and fun. I'm intending on having this half width be right next to my desk and become like my currently reading or minorly sorting bookcase. So I put stuff on here that like for the next reading vlog and stuff like that, which is what a good chunk of this pile is, slash this is all steam shipped to be put away. I don't know why I brought it up before I moved rooms, but I did. And then that's going to get merged into these shelves. Well, not these exact shelves. Oh, sorry. But into the steamship shelves that are going to be across the way, and it's going to gain more, because that's like an entire bookcase in its own right, and I have some more as well. Oh wait, some of those are recently read, not those then. And like in terms of shrines, my intention is to make this a full shelf, maybe, and just have it like this sort of size. And the same with beans. My hope is with beans getting the anime, we're going to get a bunch more merch, so I'm going to give that a full bookcase as well. A full bookcase, oh my god, a full row on a bookcase. And then I'm on the hunt for some CD bookshelves. Ikea used to do a set and they seem to have discontinued it last year or so, which is very rude of them. And then use that to put Nendoroids and display Nendoroids on. I need to track one down. Probably going to be Argos at this rate. I must say, part of me is also like, I'm enjoying seeing the room really clear and empty. Like, ow. Oh no, it looks shiny now. Let's do that. Ah! Actually, I need to clear out my jumpers there as well. So much to do, but it's gonna be so worth it. Ah! We're not keeping this table there. That's just for now. I'm gonna put the Mikas on there. Ultimately, I'd like to try and put a little TV in there or something. So that's all the Mikus off for Kallax, plus a couple off the shelves. It's looking pretty full and a little dicey, so I'm not going to try and risk it and put more on it now. Looking at the Kallax though, I don't feel like I've made any difference. It kind of looks like some form of like council of Mikus is in session, featuring some albedo and riser at the back. Strawberry Miku is like the chair, head of the board, with some symphonies and bunnies and snow Mikus and Miku with you around the edges. Okay, so next day, here's where we are. This is everything we've pulled through so far. The Miku's there on the table. That actually has arrived this morning. I've brought it up. I'll unbox it either in a video or something, I'm not sure. Hi Yuna. An Android part box and then a whole bunch of stuff that was on the Kallax unit or on top of the Kallax unit, including loads of the giveaway stuff, but also a load of my recent reads that was just piled up on my desk. That's now all through as well. The goal is to clear the Kallax first and bring that through, and then like empty the rest of the manga to bring the bookcases through, and probably empty the rest of the manga through around here-ish. And then finally our desks. But I don't want to load anything up till we've brought our desks and the Kallax through to try and place them to figure out how we want it laid out, because we want the Kallax to be like here-ish, to create a walkway between the bookcases and the Kallax while separating our desks on the other side. So yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. Isn't that right, Yuna? Isn't that right? Okay, another update. We've got more stuff through. I think at this point, the Kallax is almost pretty much empty. So let's go take a look. Okay, there you can kind of tell pretty much there's just a few bits left that we're selectively using, like our headphones and tissues and stuff. I need to clear off these nail polishes. I was saying to Ben maybe we could just try and move them like this, and he's like, don't be so silly. So I'm gonna pull all of these off now. Maybe I'll do a clear out when we go through as well if I want to bin any that are like decades old. Except for these Holo Taco. All new keeping, definitely. I'm very excited for the summer. I'm going to do a nice rainbow on my nails from them. I currently have snowflakes, purple background, gold snowflakes. The next few days I'm going to change them up for something like Valentine's-y probably, just because I like matching seasons and stuff. Or just go for something glittery. I don't feel like it's quite yet ready for springy colours, but we're going to go for something cute. But yeah, I'm going to try and move these now over my lunch, and then maybe if Ben's up for it, we move the whole unit at the end of our lunch. Everything that's not Barry M or Holo Taco is in here. So we'll take a bag. So now I need to find something else to hold the rest. I'm kind of sad I had just one too many to be able to sit them all nice and flat in the bottom of this box. You can tell the difference. These are my Holo Taco and then this is my Barry M. I've been collecting Barry M for like 15 years now. And there's quite a few of these where I've had to rebuy because I've just used them up so much. Like this one, I used so much. I actually have two, and I use up the glitters a lot. Some of my favorites is the glitters, and then obviously you have like a good old base coat. I think I'm pretty happy with my Barry M's and Holo Tacos, but these are the ones I'm probably going to go through. Also, they're fairly dusty from the building work recently, so I'm looking forward to giving everything a good wipe down. Everything can be clean. Bringing this through was surprisingly easy. I was definitely a lot more worried because of this bit that's cut out because of the plug sockets that are sticking out in the study. I actually do have this piece still, so I'm going to shove it back in and like heavily duct tape. You can see where I've heavily duct taped on here. Everything is horrendously dusty. I am about dusting in there or in here, but I think we've just got more space. It'll be easier to clean in here. Yuna thought it was like a ride or something. She's ready to jump back on. Look at that tail go. Yeah, I think we're going to clean this up and then start thinking about where we want to put it on the floor, aren't we? You can do it, you can jump. I believe in you. Or not. They're not jumpers, my cats. I don't know if they could even jump to the 3rd level without help, that is. Let's try and slot this in. I think one of the pegs shattered off, but that one's still there, so we might try and find a peg to put it in, but otherwise it's going to be held together with duct tape. Yeah, so there is a gap, but we can fill that with something / duct tape. Where is the duct tape? I'll find it. Yeah, like this is duct tape and it isn't too bad. I'm mostly putting figures on and like they're generally not too heavy. Duct tape for now and then something more better longer term. You can really see where the Kallax was. I can't believe how like different the colours are. It's really gross. I think our intention is to just bin this rug. It was a fairly cheap rug. It was just nice to have something to cover when we didn't have carpet in here. So yeah, now that the Kallax is out, the next step I think we're going to do is the manga shelves and then our desks last. Because we need to still be able to work, basically moving our desk across is like a all-in-one jobberoonie, whereas moving like the Kallax and the manga can be done of like a few days. Us moving our desks is pretty much bam, done, ready. So yeah, this evening we're going to try and see how much of the manga we can move across and hopefully get some of the bookcases over and we can start figuring out where they're going to fit in my little corner. Actually, I've already started bringing manga through. We're just shoving it in this corner for now so we get everything sorted. But we're only going to do one bookcase first to like check distances for the Kallax and the bookcase. You'll see what I mean. So that's everything off one of the full width bookcases. I think that's the worst of the ones we need to move through because it had all the eyes press on, which is heavy. The half width is like shrines. There isn't actually that many books on it. I just have to dismantle them. And then the other shelf hasn't really got any manual on it. For now, we're shoving all of this into this corner because we want to put a bookcase on this wall to like check if the distance between the Kallax is fine. if it's okay to still get through to get to the attic, especially for my mum. Oh, some of these stacks are from the bookcase too, sorry. So I'm gonna try and pull through one bookcase and put it here to like test, and my mum can be like, is she happy? We're also gonna hopefully try and flip the door so it opens the other way. It could potentially hit the radiator, so we're gonna put a doorstop in, but it'll make it easier to come in. And then we're gonna clear our desks and bring them through and then try and sit them down. Basically, we were gonna do desks first, but then we were like, actually, let's try and get a bit of every bit of furniture in to help us piece and lay out the room. Oh, this really needs a proper clean as well. And then once we're happy with that, we'll start bringing things in earnest and have our desk set up, and then I'll try and shove bookcases in this corner as best I can, because that's where the ones I already have are gonna go. It's gonna be a tight squeeze, we might have to do some DIY and pull out some power tools, but it's gonna fit, even if I'm like sawing my shelves into parts. This is how much space we got. Hopefully it's going to be enough. She's going to come and verify that she's happy. Thank you, Ben. I don't think this is too bad. I think it's actually pretty good. And the idea is there's going to be 3 full widths on this wall and maybe a smaller shelf, and then potentially putting a smaller Kallax on top, attach it to this one, and then have fairy lights going across the way the whole way down. It'll be really pretty. I'm quite pleased with that. I think that's more space. I don't know if we move the Kallax any. I think the next step is to bring our desks through and then see what it's like, I guess. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Ben. Yeah. Let me show you where we're at with the room now. Everything has come through into here. So we have got all of this manga here that was in the study. It's predominantly the end of the alphabet, including my eyes press and my steamship. This is predominantly just 2 piles of steamship, but also has my villains manhwa and some cat and some other bits, but this is almost 2 piles of steamship. I also had filmed videos in the study and I'd left like piles of stuff in there, so I think my top 30 reads were still in there, so that's come through too. And then there's beans at the top, easily accessible, including some snacks and chocolates left over from my birthday. Ignore those. So considering that the bookcases are roughly going to be 2 stacks deep, it's almost like bang on 2 regular volumes deep at 28 centimeters. The bookcases are going to come to about here, which isn't too bad. There'll definitely be lots of room to still get through to the attic door over there. Very even 3 stacks deep here isn't too bad. We've got some of this Mushy pedal here. Mikus are looking fabulous with their like pairings. There's some extra stuff on here just until we get more shelves sorted out, and then Elena and the soul leveling guy can move to the bookcase. And because the Kallax is going to try and be dedicated to just figures, they are on both sides as well here. It is a bit more messy lower down. All of my nail stuff needs tidying up. There's still some instructions from building that Kallax unit. Books along the bottom for stability. I need to move my stationery thing away from Ben. Little cat bed here for the cats. We found one that pretty much fit into the Kallax. Worried it was going to be too small. The cat's still happy with it. They like to peek in next to Ben on his desk. Ben's desk, I didn't tell him I was filming this, and he's in the office today. He's left his bowl of cereal. And yeah, the cats like to just peek out around the side here. Their paws, it's super cute. But yeah, this will move. Miku will move. This is a pile of stuff still for me to sort as well. There are some bookie books. No, it's not manga. Some just things to sort and go through. Pile of stuff that I've read, stuff that I want to do a video on. This is volume 1 I read in January, so that I need to film. Some kit I need to decide if I'm going to keep it, store it, or get rid of it. Some of it doesn't work, so I need to check what doesn't work and then bin it. Over here we've got my desk, which is a right mess right now. I have many deadlines for work and I'm taking a break. Filming videos is like keeping me sane at the moment. So I'm really happy to have like a nice setup. It's cozy and have like nice space to move around a bit, be productive basically, and also have my pile of manga and chocolate for my birthday still to go through. And then we have the bookcases here that we've started to sort out. I do think at this point, to save me pain, cutting these all up is going to be in a part 2. Part 2 of this reorganization room move will be sorting the bookcases out and then filling them up and making them look pretty, and then that's going to be my background. When I do a call, that's kind of what people are going to see. Isn't that really neat? And yeah, the plan is to have another bookcase here jutting out. I think I'm going to take the back off it. It's already built, it's old and battered, so I don't mind having to go beating it up, but we're going to take the back off so that it could be used from both sides because it is going to stick out a bit, not horrendously so, but it'll jut out to match this one here, so about that much. But to get it to fit, this is about 6 centimeters too narrow to fit it, so we're going to do some like cutting to get it to fit. A big issue is there is a plug socket back there, and that is pushing that bookcase forward a bunch. You can kind of tell down here. It's not like 6 centimeters worth, but it'll help. And then we also have this little Kallax unit here that we've built and added, and I've moved my box in here where I've got bits. And I think the idea and plan is to try and put a TV on here. Ben's going to tidy up his cabling, and then we'll be able to have a little seating area here. It's not massive, but it will be cozy, especially for doing reading sessions. And then I'll clear up all of my mess, all of my nail stuff. I don't know if I'm going to move my nail stuff into that Kallax and then leave this just for figures, and then figure out how to decorate and show other bits. But yeah, here are all the Mikus on this side as well, and some of Ben's figures towards this end where he sat. We've taken down the fairy lights, the copper lights, because the cats just kept chewing them and they kept coming down. I'm going to think of something else to decorate and light these up because I don't want it to stay like this, but I just don't know yet what I want to do. And I almost forgot, we have my nail polish wall here refilled. It's only got Barry M and Hollow Taco on it at the moment. I think I might leave it at just those. I know there's a load of empty shells, but that's predominantly what I'm using, and then I'll go through the rest and decide like to keep it and store it or bin it or whatever. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so sorry this is going to be multiple parts, predominantly because this is just going to take me multiple months to finish sorting out. So let me bring it to you in blocks and bursts. And I think having a whole video dedicated to DIYing these shells sounds quite fun with everything I want to do, from drilling extra holes, cutting the backs off, all sorts. I think that would be nice in a contained video. The cats have also been fairly enjoying this room, haven't you, Yuna? Oh, why do you always headbutt the camera? I really should stop yapping and get back to my deadlines. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, sorry it's in parts. Please understand. If you're interested in more frequent updates of how it's all going, do join my channel memberships. You also get early access to all of my videos. If you haven't already, remember to like and subscribe. But otherwise, I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!